I'm sure some of you remember my video saying Smokey was the most underrated character in Warrior Cats, and I stand by that. There can be multiple underrated characters, thank you very much. So, let's get on with it. Whitetail. Whitetail is a pretty background character. Really, she doesn't do much in the main series. She's Breezepaw's mentor. That's really the only thing I remember about the main series. Outside of a passing line when Dovepaw or Wing, I don't even remember, was spying on the Wind Clan camp, and there was a passing line about Whitetail sleeping in One Star's den. Because One Star and Whitetail are mates. This doesn't seem like any kind of issue until we look at One Star's confession. Whitetail was his goddamn apprentice. Why? What was the reason? What was the reason? Here's the thing. Technically, there's nothing objectively wrong with Whitetail having been One Star's apprentice. I mean, apprentices and mentors getting together is, I don't know. I'm just saying there's nothing objectively wrong with it if the apprentice graduated 30 freaking years ago. I'd say if a mentor and apprentice get together, there should have been just a huge ass scope of time between that. The apprentice should be graduated for a long while before they even so much as have any kind of romantic interactions with their mentor. This is Warrior Cats, so of course there's gonna be the people that are like, it's just cats, bro, get over it. Then why do they act like humans? Anyways, little tangent aside, One Star and Whitetail being mentor and apprentice was never a thing in the original books. Why did they have to make their relationship objectively worse? Whitetail is not objectively. Basically, One Star's side chick. One Whisker at the time is seeing a kitty pet named Smokey. Not Smokey. Smoke. They're two different cats. One Star was secretly bi all along. Anyways, as I was trying to say, Whitetail doesn't find out about this until One Star straight up has to admit it because his son, who he abandoned, is going to take over the lake. Well, trying to take over the lake and causing everyone so many problems. He's like, guys, it's really my fault. Please feel bad for me. Not confessing. I don't know if that's what he was actually thinking. I actually didn't get to that point in One Star's confession because I lost the book halfway through. I'm pretty sure I left it at my grandparents' campsite, so I'm probably gonna find it this summer. Then I can finally see what I was missing. But within the actual books, it does just seem like he's trying to garner sympathy for confessing. Even if that's not what he meant, it's One Star, okay? But back to Whitetail. Whitetail mentors Breezepelt, rather. And this mentor and apprentice connection is just never acknowledged. Not even in Crowfeather's trial is there a single moment where Crowfeather's like, I wonder how Breezepelt turned out with such a cat like Whitetail as his mentor. Or even a line saying that Whitetail was like a bad fit. There was nothing at all. We're just not going to acknowledge that a cat's mentorship, especially within this series, affects them. Hello? She is so forgotten. She doesn't do anything. Now, obviously, a character doesn't have to contribute to the plot. Whenever I say a character doesn't do anything, I feel like it's confusing is what I mean. What I mean is that they didn't contribute anything to the main plot. Without them, the plot would still be pretty much the same. That's what I mean about Whitetail doing nothing. Directly, anyway. Whitetail technically did a lot of things. By her having interest in One Star, Whisker at the time, and becoming his mate, it made it so that One Whisker was more reluctant to take Smoke into his camp, because then he'd have to admit that not only did he take a kitty pet as a mate, but he straight up cheated on her. Obviously, this isn't Whitetail's fault, but I'm just saying, she didn't directly contribute to the plot. She indirectly contributed to it. Whitetail has kits as well. Heathertail is her child with One Star. And actually, the only real line about Heathertail being related to One Star and Whitetail in any way in the books that I can recall, unless it's Dawn of the Clans, then I have the best memory ever. But moving on. So, Heathertail goes off, okay, this is spoilers for Crowfeather's trial, to fight the Stoats, and, not the Stoats, God, she was supposed to guard the Stoats, sorry, wrong thing. She was supposed to guard against the Stoats, but instead, she went with Breezepelt, Crowfeather, and someone else and their apprentice to go find Nightcloud. She comes back, and the Stoats have attacked the Wind Clan camp, and One Star is like, Heathertail, how do you think we felt when we didn't see you? We thought the Stoats had killed you. And Whitetail is just nowhere to be seen. She thought her daughter was dead and she just doesn't say anything. Come on, Warriors, this was a perfect opportunity to have, Whitetail interacting with her child, or Whitetail doing anything at all. Whitetail is absolutely not a character. She does nothing. Sure, she has like some personality. For example, when One Star reveals his secret, she doesn't like comfort him or anything, but she doesn't. I don't really like her reaction. I don't know how to describe it, but at least she didn't go, "Oh, One Star, you did your best." But she doesn't even do anything, man. I feel like I'm being misleading by saying she's underrated. There's nothing to rate. Nothing at all. The only contributions she has to the plot is being One Star's side piece. That's it. This is literally the Reed Shine thing. How Reed Shine is whittled down by the books and the community, honestly. I'm ashamed of some people who blame freaking Reed Shine for Appledusk's actions. Like, that is just nonsense. Okay? If you blame Reed Shine or have any resentment towards Reed Shine for Appledusk's actions, then, well, there's something wrong with you. Reed Shine had no idea Maple Shade even existed. I mean, probably knew she existed because, the clans tend to know other clans, but that's not what I mean. It's just ridiculous. And I don't think anyone's done this with Whitetail, which is good, because if I see one person saying that it's Whitetail's fault that One Star was a piece of shit, I might actually scream. Well, yeah, that's really all I have to say. I just wanted to kind of rant about how underutilized Whitetail is. She could have been the greatest character of all time. Okay, that's a bit of a stretch, but she could have been such an important, crucial character. She could have been like, wow, One Star, you abandoned your son? Wow, One Star. No, you know what? Whitetail villain arc. We need a Whitetail villain arc. That is what we should have had. We should have had Whitetail villain arc. Whitetail leaves One Star and joins Darktail. That is the stupidest thing I've said all day, but I'm not cutting that out. You will deal with that as the conclusion to this video. Thank you.